welcome to Sub-Auteurs, the podcast where three film nerds talk shit about movies. But, it's not always just the bad shit. Always, we got some good shit too. I'm sure we're going to be raving about a couple of movies too. My name is MJ. Hello.
I'm Misha, and that was a lot of shit that you just said.
Yeah, great start, huh?
I know.
Just like putting
really
it out there right away. Just so we're clear, we swear in this podcast.
Yes,
and except our producer's going to murder us for opening with
Probably the one who swears the most. So, yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
Please do.
And who
It'll
are
make us feel better.
you? Please
My name's
introduce yourself.
Anjo. What the fuck is this all about?
All right. So this is our little movie podcast. Of course, we're going to be talking about everything on the screen and probably some TV series too. But Misha, maybe you'd like to explain how this all started.
Well,
This is all your fault.
It usually is. No, okay. This started when MJ and I were... Well, basically something that we like to do is we like to talk about movies that we've seen. And 9 times out of 10, I don't know why, our luck is the most recent thing that we've ever seen in common usually happens to be something awful. So it's always fun to make fun of those things. It's always fun, honestly, to make fun of bad movies. As much fun as it is to talk about good movies, it's even more fun to talk about bad ones. And at that time, I think the most recent thing that we'd seen was Cats. And I can honestly say we were never the same after that.
That was a real test of friendship.
Wait, so where do I
really
come
was.
into this? Where do I come into this?
You're Misha's lover. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Only when
with
it's
that.
convenient.
Like,
my wife will hear me. My wife will hear this.
Our audience will probably sense us like a little bit of sexual tension, or that's the point where I'm just gonna be like, do you want me to leave? Just kidding.
What do you mean a little bit? No. Anjo, no, we love Anjo. Anjo, he's my friend, and he has, I don't know, he's like the most optimistic person when it comes to watching bad movies. Because I don't care how bad it is, he will find the silver lining. To this day, he's the only one I know who has anything good to say about Justice League, and he's not being ironic.
Dude, superheroes.
Then why don't you watch Cats? I want to see Anjo's positive insights on Cats.
I tried 10 minutes of Cats and I couldn't even get past 10 minutes. See,
what happened to the optimism?
I have my limits.
Where's your silver lining?
I know.
Oh, you'll probably find
lived.
it when Rebel Wilson comes in. Or not. You will. Anyway. But just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of where we're at, it's 2020. It is mid-March and we're all stuck in quarantine. I'm pretty sure you guys know, COVID, oh no. So you know how bad it is and people are all locked up in their homes. And this is the only time we actually got together and started a podcast because we've been talking about this for a while, even before the whole lockdown started. And we've been meaning to meet in person, but that really never happened until the lockdowns, and we only got to meet online. And here it is, finally, our child.
Right.
Our child.
So for all MJ knows, Anjo doesn't really exist. He's just like a Muppet that I have on the side. I have like a ventriloquist dummy, and I just named him Anjo.
We
don't know if you're real.
I was Misha's fake account, apparently.
Oh no. So we are now in quarantine, and that's what we're going to talk about for this first episode. What have you guys been watching while stuck at home? We can go from TV series or movies, as long as you binge watched it while you were stuck at home. So who wants to start?
Wait, I got a question. Why'd you say it was March?
Oh, shit. That's how bad this is, dude. I am losing track of the days. It starts with M. Okay, it's May. It's May. My God, my brain. We are recording at, what time is it? It's 11? 11. So,
it is 11.
Apologies for my brain. So yes, here we go. May 2020.
It's May. No, I think we've been in quarantine too long. Seriously, it's been, 84 days, 85 days at this point?
Jesus.
It's hard to keep track.
I know.
And I can honestly say 86.
Ugh.
This quarantine, just so everybody knows, started on March 16, which happened to be my birthday. So that was a good one.
Happy birthday!
That That was pretty awful, though. But, yeah,
I'm so sorry.
But what can I say? So far, so good. I mean, Netflix has been a wonderful friend in the absence of cinemas, honestly. So that's what I've been doing. I've been watching a lot of Netflix. And the most recent thing that I got into, and I think a lot of people who are listening possibly have gotten into, would be The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary that just does not pull any punches. It is amazing.
I still haven't seen it because I'm not emotionally prepared for it. I feel like, did I want to finish the season, or like I wanted to wait for the season to finish so I could like just go straight and binge watch it till the finish. But like,
no, but
emotion.
it became like a Monday ritual for me.
Same here.
Like every Monday, it's like it's The Last Dance tonight. Watching The Last Dance tonight. No matter what games or what work I have to finish. As long as it's around 9 p.m., it's The Last Dance. Because growing up in the 90s, there was no bigger hero than Michael Jordan.
What I loved personally about watching this documentary was that it took me back, honestly, to my personal childhood, really. Because I grew up watching these guys, and I watched a lot of geeky things, a lot of nerdy things. And my dad he wasn't really into a lot of the things that I would watch or whatever. But the cool thing was when it came to the NBA, and especially when it came to just seeing Michael Jordan do his thing, that was a time when we could both nerd out, and it was just fun. And watching it now is like reliving all of that. In fact, I end up seeing each episode like at least twice. I see it on my own, then I end up watching it with my mom because it reminds us both of when my dad was around.
Aw, that's sweet.
That's I guess that attachment is something like no one else can beat. Like brings up good memories between you and your dad.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, I'm sorry. I know it's a movie podcast, but this is what I've been watching, and that's just that's the emotion that it brings up.
Yeah, aww. I mean, like same here. It's more of a nostalgic thing because I used to watch basketball with my mom naman because it was my mom who got me into basketball. Like she was a Lakers fan and she's still a Lakers fan. But growing up in the 90s, when you watch, like you don't really care about all the other teams. You care about who the best team is as a kid. And back, in the 90s, it was no one else but the Bulls. So
that's true.
Growing up, I even had books about the NBA, like the lineups and the stuff and the details about each player. And I would just dog ear all the pages about the Chicago Bulls players just so I can read up on them. So
nerd.
Look who's talking. Yeah, but growing up, you don't there's so much innocence as a kid when I watched the NBA back then. Pero watching this documentary just brought out so much more things. Like as an adult, when you see so much of the story behind everything that's been happening, especially in that last year when Michael Jordan decided to retire.
He retired? Spoiler! Just kidding. Just kidding. I mean, it's a documentary.
By the way, they never won anything. They didn't win any of the championships.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
How?
Medyo downer yung ending. Patay sila lahat.
Oh, wow.
No, pero
Infinity War.
pero in all seriousness, though, because before, growing up, parents would say, don't be like Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman's a bad example.
Yes! My mom said that to my brothers, especially about the tattoos, the piercing, the colored hair,
all the scandals, right?
It's like, my mom was like, do not, I'll allow you to root for the Bulls, but we want you to look up to MJ and not
Dennis Rodman.
This clown or whatever.
Yeah, but then it was only until I started playing basketball in high school that, I really appreciated what Dennis Rodman did for the team. And this documentary really gave justice to what his contributions are, no matter what he did off the court or his antics were off the court. Like they really did give a lot of credit to what he did on the court, which I loved about this series is not one important Bull was left out. Like Scottie Pippen, I've been a fan of Scottie Pippen for a long time. And people say that he's not even like a great player, but he was super good. He was great.
What are you talking about?
He was great. He was the player that a lot of forwards play like now. Like LeBron James can honestly play like Scottie Pippen, who would run plays more than score points.
That's true. Because he wasn't trying to look after his, his statistics or his legacy.
Exactly. Well,
but
that's a different story.
We can get over your LeBron fetish at another point.
That's a different podcast.
No, but it's funny that the whole Last Dance thing came up because actually, and this is 100% true. The first movie that I ever went to, like on my own, and I paid for with my own money, and I'm gonna date myself entirely, was Space Jam.
Yeah, I loved Space Jam so much.
I had the toys.
So much.
I had the toys.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If you didn't grow up at that time and you just watch this movie now, you're gonna wonder what the actual hell were people sniffing back in the 90s.
But
I gotta tell you.
No, back
you're
then,
absolutely right. It was awesome.
That movie was beyond its time, I swear.
Michael Jordan was like the biggest thing on the planet. He was like the Beatles and whatever big thing. Okay, he was like everything rolled into one. He was like the ultimate thing. He was like a rock star. He was like a superhero. He was like an actor. He was a cartoon character. Everything in one. And now you're going to put him into a movie with Bugs Bunny, who was still popular at the time. So, yeah, people couldn't get enough of it.
I must have watched it like a bajillion times. And let's not forget how Lola Bunny was the sexual awakening of a lot of boys out there.
Yeah.
A lot of... I was expecting you not to agree, but okay.
Well,
but yeah,
So
a lot of my guy
Guilty.
friends were like, "Yeah, Lola Bunny, man."
She
like,
fine.
I don't know if it's creepy that you guys are like getting turned on by a cartoon, but she was hot, to be quite honest. But
I wouldn't say get turned on, but there was definitely some attraction. You know what's weirder? For some guys would even say Nala was like their sexual awakening.
Oh yeah, like
that's even more.
Look she gave. Can you feel
that's
the love
even
tonight?
That's even more
she
fucked
gave
up.
Simba. My God.
Nala, she
Come
had the
hither.
Dooney face. Exactly.
Come
That's the only word for it.
Wow.
I could quote my friend. I mean, like, I will leave his name out, but my friend did mention one time that Nala was so hot. Probably like, even if she was a lioness, I would do her. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
But to be honest,
I don't know.
also a lot of
That is so
girls.
wrong.
A lot of girls were actually charmed by, that sequence in Hakuna Matata where they're just like walking on the logs and they're just the three of them. Simba gets older and older and older. When you hear that first note from Simba singing in grown-up voice, a lot of girls were like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Are you
So I
serious?
guess it's the same for Simba. We can also acknowledge Simba. And that beautiful singing voice, it means no worries. I'm like, yeah, I'm not worried.
Good Lord.
Okay,
you
this is
people and your furry fetishes.
This is
No, I'm just
interesting.
saying, it's like, oh, wow, okay.
I will not wait.
It's
At
just
least
the voice.
mine is-
It's a vocal attraction, just the voice.
At least Lola Bunny was a little bit more, was anamorphic, so she was kind of human.
In a way.
I guess, in a way.
I guess, yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
It had nothing to do with the short shorts or the cutoff shirt.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so we've digressed a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I think we captured a whole new audience that we weren't expecting.
Oh God.
Oops. Yeah, but in my case, though, I guess what caught my attention the first couple of weeks of quarantine was the Tiger King. Since we're talking about lions and big cats.
Segue.
Cool cats and
Look
kittens.
at you.
I see what you did there.
Hey, cool cats and kittens. It's so funny how this Tiger King started when quarantine was just about the first few weeks in. And it's like we are day 87. It blew up, and then suddenly, if you haven't watched it for a while, it's like so it's just how fast we consume content and how fast it gets a little old. I mean, it's still pretty fresh. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. Go see it. But like people have already kind of stopped talking about it.
It's like they moved on.
Yeah, we've moved on.
Except now we have a movie to look forward to.
Well,
they're
is it?
totally
Did they greenlight it yet?
I don't know. I thought it was like Nicolas Cage or something.
Yeah, I think I linked you guys. That was actually a TV series, but I saw
the gun-toting redneck, the gay gun-toting redneck with a mullet. There you go.
I would love to see Nicolas Cage as Joe Exotic. But I also read somewhere that casting news-wise, I'm not sure if this is the movie or the TV series, but Tara Reid, Carol Baskin.
No way.
That is no way. Come on.
No way. She's no way, man.
Maybe young.
Maybe young Carol Baskin.
You're gonna say you remember when Tara Reid was hot.
American Pie.
I was thinking Van Wilder.
Totally. I would agree.
Yeah. Van Wilder, yeah.
But yeah, Tiger King was a great binge. I finished it in 2 days. Or if you put it all together, it's like almost like one night. But it was just that addictive. And I guess more people are into true crime lately.
I know. When I started, I did not expect that it would be true crime. It just sounded like this weird freak show. And then it just snowballed from there.
It's so weird that you didn't know if it was an animal rights or a true crime or a conspiracy documentary. It was all of those rolled into one. Like,
that's why it was such a roller coaster.
Like, I don't know which storyline I would follow or I wanted to follow the most.
I think that's what made it so interesting because you don't know what to expect per episode. It's today it's about Joe Exotic and all his crazy antics, and another episode it's about the love story. Another episode it's the murder conspiracy. It's like what? So I guess that's what made it so addictive.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is all the characters, quote unquote, are real people and they're all so colorful. Like there's something you could hate so much about them. There's something you could enjoy about them.
No, it's true. I mean, they're so unlikable. I'm like, there's not a decent human being in the bunch.
No, I like the husband.
Carol Baskin's husband?
No. The
Joe
Exotic's husband.
Which one?
Yep. The topless one. The guy.
The topless one. Great.
No.
Well, although I know who you're talking about, it's just interesting that you picked that adjective.
Yeah, because he wanted to show off all of his tattoos. Okay, the show blew up to a point where Joel McHale actually asked Netflix if he could interview them for this short follow-up episode.
Oh, I didn't finish it. I didn't like it.
Oh, dude, it was hilarious.
It was funny.
It was funny.
Okay, I like how first few minutes bored me.
I like how his sarcasm, he worked his sarcasm into the interviews.
Okay. Interesting.
He actually asked the topless dude, why were you topless?
And he did give that reason to show off all his unfinished tattoos.
And
At
then
least
the guy was like saying he didn't like his portrayal because they made him look like some kind of drug addict.
Well,
he's like, I've been clean for years.
Well, it's not
true. So that's what probably for the first few weeks of the quarantine, that's what I've been watching. Like, what about you, MJ?
That's true.
I wouldn't say it's new. It's been out for years, but then the latest season also came out during quarantine. So I finally caught up on Better Call Saul after I've been bugged for so long to actually watch it. So I actually finished the whole series up till season 5. Their season 6 is gonna come out God knows when, thanks to the lockdowns, and it takes them years to finish. But it was so good. So good. I mean, it's not Breaking Bad. It has a different flavor, but it's still a badass. It's still wonderfully written, wonderfully shot, and you fall in love with these gray area characters as well. It's like there's no good guy. There's no straight up good guy. There's no black and white. And I love stuff like that because it's an interesting look into the human psyche. Like nobody's perfect. Nobody's ever going to be just black and white or good or evil because like we all have those screws loose or those really, really bad decisions that make us into people who we are.
That's super interesting.
But make it
really?
Like just put it into law context. And my God, I've also found a character I really, really hate so much with a passion in Breaking Call Saul. So it's like Am I gonna say who it is? But anyway, you're just gonna find out for yourself if you watch
You
it.
invented a new show when you said Breaking Call Saul, but it's all good.
What? Did I say that?
Can we say?
Oh my god!
It's okay. It's 11:30.
You said Breaking Call Saul.
I did.
She did.
Fuck.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck me.
Maybe you're watching another show, but no. It's cool. It's cool. Better Call Saul is brilliant. Hands down.
I hate myself right now.
It's okay. We don't.
I've actually gone through a couple of episodes.
Yes, finally.
I haven't finished it, but as I mentioned, like when we were talking before, it's a slow burn, but the characters are very well written. Very well written.
Oh yes.
Like every character, every main character and supporting character would have their shining moments. Mm-hmm. It's really I just need a break from it sometimes because it's slow burn. But people say I don't know if it's true, if it picks up.
It gets faster.
Yeah, it picks up.
It picks up. It really does. And if you are a fan of Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul will have its moments.
I love
the fan service too. Yeah, it'll have its moments. Like especially if you've seen Breaking Bad and then the little Easter eggs are dropped and then you see them, it's like, oh my god, yes!
You know what I think is funny though? What? I think it's funny is like when you see characters from Breaking Bad and this is a prequel, right? So when you see characters from Breaking Bad and they look 10 years older than they did on Breaking Bad, but it's okay. It's okay.
You forgive it.
It's so good.
Besides the fact that Breaking Bad was shot on film, and of course you see less details and it's a little bit more gritty. Better Call Saul was shot in digital, where you see all the details, all the wrinkles, and
all the pores. No.
Yes, all the pores. But it's still wonderfully
all the liver
shot.
spots.
Oh God! Yeah.
What?
Great.
Why?
What? Great.
No.
Thank you for the visual.
No, listen to me, okay? It is not a spoiler. Everyone knows that Mike is on the show because he gets nominated every year for this role.
My God,
and for some reason, I don't know. I don't know why he doesn't win. But if you watch Breaking Bad and then you watch Better Call Saul, he looks like he aged 200 years. And it's supposed to be set like what, 10 years before? But he looks like, he's like a super old man in the past.
I love him though. I love how they fleshed out his character here in Better Call Saul. I'm going to keep reiterating Better. My God. They flesh out a lot of the characters you loved from Breaking Bad. And when you watch it, you realize, oh, that's why they were like this in Breaking Bad because of everything that unfolds in Better Call Saul. Almost said breaking again. My God.
This could be a new tongue twister.
I know.
Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad.
Note for episode 2, drink coffee. I'm so sleepy. But anyway.
Breaking Call Saul.
Oh God. I'm going to make a new show. It's going to be like whatever happens.
The name of this episode.
I'm going to make a new show. Whatever happens after Better Call Saul and before Breaking Bad is Breaking Call Saul. My God.
No,
anyway.
That's the name of this episode. The Last Dance of Breaking Call Saul.
No!
Bad.
No! Dear listeners, I'm not as stupid as I sound. I'm just really sleepy.
She's not stupid, guys.
She's sleep deprived. Caffeine deprived.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's talk. How about movies? Because we've just talked about documentaries and
shows.
So since this started out as a movie podcast, after all.
It's so ironic.
I blame the quarantine.
Shows. Yeah, I blame the quarantine too. But movies. You know, I dove into like movie franchises, the ones with sequels and, you know, movie series like Harry Potter, Hunger Games. So it's so Hollywood. Pero I mean, like, it's something that I could use as background noise while you're working from home.
Hey, no judgments. No judgments.
Something that you don't really have to pay attention to while you're working. But yeah, it was Hunger Games, and then which I didn't really like. It was more of my wife's choice. And Harry Potter. Harry Potter I like because I love the books growing up. And I love the movies, and also Hermione Granger.
You know what's
of
scary?
Course, who doesn't love Hermione Granger?
Stupid people. But you know what's scary about... You know what's scary about the Hunger Games is the longer this quarantine goes on, it looks like it could be a documentary.
Oh God! Like everything post-apocalyptic is like, oh yeah, we're getting there.
Oh, like the
I
Maze
know.
Runner?
When we
Yep,
get to Mad
I
Max,
see
I'm
it.
gonna be worried.
Oh my God! But if you look like Charlize Theron in the desert, that should be fine.
Well,
I would
yeah.
be fine if I ended up like that.
I think we'd all
Yeah,
be lucky.
but
with
you
that
know,
good in
but
the
I don't
desert.
want to be praying to the Chrome or what was that? What was their god again? The Chrome? The one where they prayed
Yeah,
this
I
way.
think so. That's where they were like
it's-
spraying. They were spraying themselves with it.
Yeah. To go to Valhalla. Was it Valhalla they were saying? I don't remember.
I just
That movie
want to
was
know where the
good,
heck you
though.
find gas in the desert.
I don't know. That movie was
Oh,
awesome
yeah.
though. I
Well,
love that movie.
I know. And the absolutely crazy thing was it was directed by the same guy who directed
did?
the first three movies, the first three Mad Max movies.
The Mel
And
Gibson,
for
Tina
some reason,
Turner
he
movies.
No, that was the third one, but he also did Happy Feet, and I don't know why to this day.
What?
Money.
George Miller
What?
did Mad Max 1, Mad Max 2, Mad Max 3, Mad Max Fury Road, and Happy Feet.
Didn't he want
I
to
am
do this
shooketh.
movie? Like, didn't he want to do Fury Road a long time ago? Like 5
Yeah.
to 10 years before he actually was able to do it. But technology or no studio wanted
no,
to
even
pick it up.
longer. But when they finally did, they were ready to shoot. They were even going to use Mel Gibson. The desert area that they wanted to shoot in, there was like a typhoon, and then it started growing plants, so they couldn't use it anymore. So it got delayed again. By the time they got their shit in order, Mel Gibson was no longer available.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting.
And
Wow.
it's
Trivia.
I'm sorry. My mind has an endless capacity for useless information. One of
That's
the
why we're
things also that
friends.
kept one of the things that kept George Miller busy, also why he couldn't do Mad Max 4, which eventually became Mad Max Fury Road, was he was trying to make a Justice League movie around the same time as Batman Begins and Superman Returns were being made.
Yes, but he eventually had to drop out of the project. I remember
I
this.
think they canceled it or something. I mean,
Or
that would
or
have been
he-
crazy. I think
No, but
Army
I think-
Hammer was Superman or something.
What?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a different cast altogether. It was supposed to be independent
true.
of the Man of Steel movies. No, I don't think it was. They canceled. I think he didn't agree with Warner Brothers with how Warner Brothers wanted the movie to be shot. I think, if I remember correctly.
No, wait. Army Hammer was supposed to be Batman.
Green-
Sorry, my bad.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was like, Army Hammer with dark hair.
But I'd rather have him as a
I don't
Green
know, it could
Lantern,
work.
though.
Actually, yeah, he could work. He could work.
As what?
But,
Batman or Green
actually-
Lantern?
He could be Green Lantern. I could live with that.
Yep. Right?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
So, what other movies have you been watching?
Ooh,
Go for it. What have you been
let's
watching?
get to the bad movie. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but 2019 Charlie's Angels.
Ah!
I
And I actually liked it.
I saw that.
sorry.
I saw that prior to the lockdown. I had fun with it.
I had
Yeah,
no
I
fun
had
with
fun.
it.
I mean,
I had fun with that
it's
movie.
never gonna be as good as the Cameron Diaz,
Yes.
Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu tandem. It's never gonna be as good. But I don't know if it's because my expectations were so low. And maybe it also has something to do with me having a huge crush on Kristen Stewart, but probably
No.
not.
Honestly, I think she was one of the best parts of that because I never expected her to play a role that carefree, that aloof. I don't know. She was
but
funny.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Like she actually sold
I
the
just
role.
I was
say-
actually impressed by her.
When you watch that movie, she's the only one who's having any fun. I'm not even kidding. She's the only one having fun. Everyone else takes
Well,
themselves
Naomi
so
Scott kind of
seriously.
Which is probably why I enjoyed that movie. No, but it was
I think that's why I didn't. Because the old ones were just so ridiculous and they embraced their...
sorry, I feel like it was a lot of fan service. No, fan service isn't the word. It was a big
No, it's
risk
okay.
though. I mean, they didn't cast anybody else known. Like the rest of the angels, like two of the other angels weren't even like super big names yet. You know, they got
I
the
don't
girl
know,
who played Jasmine in Aladdin. I don't even remember
What?
her name. And then this
Naomi Scott.
Naomi Scott. There you go. And then the other girl, the British girl.
She's actually, I think she was a model before.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, the height, given the height
Well,
and
The
the very
build.
beautiful long legs.
I think a couple of people might have heard of
It
Patrick
makes it-
Stewart.
Well, of course, and Elizabeth Banks.
And Elizabeth Banks, who also directed it.
Well, personally, I'm not that big of a fan of Elizabeth Banks' directing. As of now, she also did Pitch Perfect 2, which was for me.
Yeah, 2 was kind of meh.
Yeah, so when I also had low expectations.
What about the third one?
I didn't watch the third one.
I don't know. The third one didn't know if it was a Pitch Perfect movie or an action movie or a sappy love story. I don't know. The third one was just horrible. Like, I don't know.
It really was.
I have no.
Who directed the third one? Was it also Elizabeth Banks?
I think it was.
I'm honestly not sure.
It. She produced
all three. She produced all three.
She did, but I'm not sure if she directed the third one.
Okay.
I mean, I like her as an actress, but like the directing, I'm not convinced yet. So I feel like this could have gone to a more seasoned director.
Possibly.
Charlie's Angels could have gone to a more seasoned director. I think it would be better, maybe. But she got the humor down pat. I mean, some parts in the script were pretty snappy and witty.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well,
some parts.
To be fair, but overall, it just didn't have the sense of silliness, honestly, from the old ones.
Yes,
and that's what I missed from it. Because the old ones made no pretenses. Because think about it. I mean, a lot of people may not remember, or maybe they don't know, but the whole Charlie's Angels franchise was based on a 1970s TV show. And
Farrah Fawcett.
Even back then, the idea of 3 tough female detectives solving crimes, beating up bad guys, that was a novelty back then. And the whole reason that the 2000 movies, Charlie's Angels and Full Throttle, the second one, they knew that the concept, even if it was basically designed for, people to look at these girls in sexy outfits every week, undercover, those movies decided to have fun. They owned it. They had fun with it. And I missed that sense of fun, honestly.
Well,
I guess that is the big element missing from it. Like the fun, the slight campiness of it all.
Absolutely.
The campiness was
fun.
Which
we only kind of saw it from Kristen Stewart.
Yeah. And
maybe a little bit of Elizabeth Banks, maybe a little bit of Naomi Scott, but they could have gone all the way. Yeah, also the action scenes, they could have gone so much harder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like the action scenes
title of your
look like... That's what she said. No, literally, that's what she said. But anyway.
Oh my God.
Like, seriously. I mean, I think there were some nods to the past. Because, like, okay, the 2000s Charlie's Angels movies, they acknowledged that the 70s show happened, right? In the same universe. And this movie actually acknowledges that the 2000 movies happen in the same universe, because you see some of the outfits in the closet, right? In the wardrobe.
No, yeah. But the one thing that I really didn't appreciate about this was parang they kind of like ruined the mystery of who Charlie was.
Yeah, a little bit.
That kind of like didn't really help the cause. Also, I feel like this movie was written, produced, and directed by Elizabeth Banks to somehow make a statement, like a girl power thing, which isn't bad at all. But the way she did it didn't really What? But the way she did it...
Good save.
No. I mean, Wonder Woman is obviously all that. Okay, we'll get to Wonder Woman in a bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Captain Marvel tried it. I blame Brie Olsen and the directors for actually not getting that thing
Larson.
across.
What the hell?
What did I say?
You said Brie Larson.
Oh shit, I was thinking about Scarlet Witch. Sorry. Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Brie Larson.
I love Brie Larson and I trust her acting chops to death. But what the hell happened?
I feel like she was just...
I think Brie Olsen
in Captain Marvel, I feel like she wasn't briefed well enough.
Larson!
No, Brie Olsen. She started out on Breaking Call Saul.
Fuck you.
Oh, crap.
Fuck you.
Brie Larson. I feel like...
Yes, I'm not alone.
You people.
We are sleepy as fuck, you guys.
It's okay.
We need coffee.
Brie Larson, I feel like wasn't briefed well enough. I don't know. I feel like...
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean like that. Anyway, going back to Charlie's Angels, now I'm confused.
Charlie's Angels.
Now I'm confused. No. Okay, fine.
Girl power. Girl power.
So going back to Charlie's Angels, I feel like Elizabeth Banks just tried to go all girl power on this thing. it didn't really come across as natural. Like it was too forced. I'm not saying I'm anti-feminist and all that, everything, but I'm just like some rando. Take my opinions with a grain of salt.
Well, from a female perspective, they did really try to amp up the girl power in it, but it's still at its core, Charlie's Angels is still an action movie.
Yeah.
So action movies are fun. They have really, really high energy sequences, which I feel was the lacking part. I mean, fine, go all out girl power on this, but also give us the action that people are looking for in Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, I mean, like
action, fun.
I feel
it's more of a genre issue for me.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like because they started off great, like that first action sequence of the movie was great. And then everything...
And my God, was Kristen Stewart so hot. I'm sorry, I can't get over it.
She was. Anyway, that first action sequence was really great. It was pretty awesome. Especially if the bad guy was the dude in Crazy Rich Asians, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then every other action scene just couldn't beat that. It would match it, but it wouldn't, you would expect something more, but then it just wouldn't beat that first action sequence.
Yeah.
I feel like.
No, but that's true. I mean, they just couldn't they couldn't after setting the precedent in the beginning, they couldn't top it, or they couldn't maintain that kind of sense of escapism, I guess.
I guess movies are linear because you got to have a beginning, a climax, and an end, right? Mm-hmm. So the climax of the action sequence suddenly just was at the start, so it just went downhill from there. And you would expect from an action movie for it to get more and more exciting towards the end, but it didn't really follow through.
Yep. Oh well.
I still enjoyed it though, but it was eye candy at the very least.
I enjoyed it. I had fun with it just because of Kristen Stewart.
So, any other movies?
Oh, yeah. Any other movies? Go.
No, I think we're good for our first episode, really.
Really? There's so much to talk about. But yeah, I miss the cinemas, but thank God for Netflix.
Absolutely. Right now, we don't know when the next time any of us is going to be in a cinema or when we're going to see movies that are new. But at the moment, I think we should just all be grateful that we have a roof over our head. We got Netflix on the TV. We got food in the fridge, which is more than we can say for a lot of people at this point. So I'd like to know what everybody else who's listening is watching. I'd love to know what's keeping you guys entertained while we are still undergoing quarantine in one form or another. If you're watching shows, if you're watching movies, if you're watching documentaries, let us know. We really want to hear about it. Or if you have any issues with Anjo, please direct them to him.
Oh my God. That was such a mistake talking about Charlie's Angels that way. But yes, please do let us know about what movies you've been watching. You may actually suggest some movies that we haven't seen ourselves. So we may actually check that out and talk about it.
I have no problems with girl power movies, just so everyone knows. Just for the record, yo.
What a great start, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Great first impression.
Next time we do this, we should do this when everyone's awake, I think. Or
we'll see.
We will.
We'll see our email inboxes if we get a lot of hate. But yeah, we're going to be talking a lot.
I get a lot of hate.
We're still going to blame Anjo for this.
They'll talk about Wonder Woman next week.
We will. We will.
Or for our next
Wonder
episode.
Woman's awesome. Oh yeah, because she's got a sequel coming up.
When do we get to watch that? When do we get to watch 1984?
The way things are going, it'll probably be on HBO Max in August.
By the way things going, we are living 1984 by George Orwell.
That is so sad and so literary.
It is.
Ooh.
But yeah.
They're also saying Black Widow might just be on Disney Plus.
That's so sad.
Yeah, but I don't think everybody will have access to Disney Plus.
That makes it sadder.
Black Widow will be on Disney Plus. Also Mulan.
Because we only watch things in legal ways.
Yes, we do.
Yes, all of us. So that was our first episode. Let us know what you think in the comments. This has been Sub-Auteurs. I was Misha.
I'm Anjo.
And I'm MJ.
Join us next time as we talk more about what we've been watching. And hopefully there will be a next time because we're still totally in quarantine. We don't know where this is going to go.
I hope we don't die.
We'll be stuck with
Don't we
Netflix
all?
movies.
We're not.
As long as it's not those Christmas ones.
It's about family
Man.
and love.
It's usually
You know
about...
what's about family? Well, I guess we'll be watching Fast and Furious then this Christmas.
Yeah, we could totally talk about that.
Family.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
the
We'll talk about that
brilliant
some
Vin
other
Diesel.
time.
We'll talk about his improbable career.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about the Fast and the Furious franchise.
You just want to talk about the Street Sharks toy promo that he did.
Sub-Auteurs is a movie review podcast by a DJ, writer, and a filmmaker. Sub-Auteurs is produced, recorded, and distributed by Big Baby Studios.